Hi, and welcome to the Digital Jobsite, where the boards are straight, the weather's great, and there really is a board stretcher. With the hot, humid weather these days, you can really appreciate the perfect weather at the Digital Jobsite. The purpose of this tutorial is to show how an unrefined SketchUp model can help answer what-if scenarios and questions for remodeling and design projects. And the model you're looking at here is one I created for a master bathroom suite remodel that I'm currently doing. And by pivoting around, we can look inside this. Look inside the model. This is a door from the master bedroom into the master bathroom. And by not getting too worked up about details, I was able to quickly create walls for the existing shower, some existing built-ins, etc. And I put those on various layers, so I can just eliminate the existing shower and the existing built-ins. They're all grouped together and they just go away, so that that space pretty much looks like I did after I gutted the walls and tore the shower out of this bathroom. But to emphasize the point of an unrefined model, you can see I've just got some geometry stranded around here. There's a little bit of the knee wall by the stool, and then there's no shower floor in there. Those little things happened as I was building the model, but they don't negatively affect the purpose for the model, which is to show what some various configurations look like. Again, if I put on the existing shower walls and the existing built-ins, this is kind of what the bathroom looked like. And in the planning stage, I was able to take the shower walls out and then the built-ins, and then put in the new shower and new built-ins to show what new cabinetry looks like. And on the new ones, I put doors and drawers and stuff on them, but the existing built-ins, if I shut the new ones off and put the existing in, I just made boxes that were the shape of the existing cabinets, and then could quickly show my customer how the new built-ins relate in size. There, I superimposed them both at the same time, and you can just see I was able to show them the difference between the two, which is something they appreciated. And during the planning process, the original bathroom had crown molding up, and then we weren't sure if they wanted to put crown molding in this bathroom or not, so I created crown molding, mahogany crown molding, oops, not mahogany, cherry crown molding, that follows the cabinets around the room. So you can see now, oops, ended up inside of a wall there. But this gives them an idea of what their crown molding is going to look like in the room. And this is just done with the Follow Me tool, which I'm going to show you in a little bit. And I made the crown molding. If we zoom in, it follows this 45-degree angle corner around, has a little mitered return up next to the shower, etc. And that's pretty simple to do with the Follow Me tool. But point is, you can create a model with just quick shapes. The plumbing fixtures in here I just downloaded those from the component warehouse and modified them a little bit to get them to fit into these vanities and make everything work out. Another thing that I did here was on the shower. At one point they talked about having a knee wall in the shower here. So there's a knee wall on that shower version, and on this, oops, wrong one. And this one, there's no knee wall. But because I made the shower glass, made this shower as a grouped geometry, I can just by selecting the geometry of the shower, the move tool, hitting the control key, I can just move a copy of the shower out here. I'm just going to go 300 inches, and then I can modify this shower this is how I created the two versions, by just taking this geometry and just moving it. I broke into the group, and the glass was another group that I'm clicking into here. I can just really quickly change the shower from a knee wall version. If I click back through here, you'll see the knee wall comes in, and then just by going through this geometry, all of a sudden I've got a shower without a knee wall. And so by going through that process, I can modify it out here and then just move it back. It's 300 inches. Puts it right back in place in the bathroom. And they can get an idea how it's going to look, either with the knee wall or without. So that's kind of the process, but what I wanted to show was how to add a detail such as this crown molding without too much trouble. And so to do that, I just push us outside the model, and looking at this this surface here, the crown molding just needs to follow this room around. So if we take the line tool and trace this geometry, I just want to get a line that's going to follow the room around. And so I'm just clicking these corners around. Hopefully I'm doing this accurately enough so that I end up with good geometry on the whole thing. And we'll stop it at the shower. And then I'm just going to go, put a couple arbitrary lines in here. And there's the geometry we just created. I'm going to move it to 300 inches just for grins. And by closing that group, I know that I've got coplanar geometry, but what we really were after is this line. It's a perimeter of that room, and I'm just going to offset it 2 inches and then delete. Let's see. Let's do it this way. That gives us the offset for the crown molding, and then we need to put returns on this crown molding. This will make sense. So I'm just connecting this deal here, and then let's go back. There's our offset line. I'm going to take the whole offset line and make it a group, and then edit that group. Here we go. This will all make sense in a little bit. Okay, so now we get rid of the perimeter and then edit our group. Now this line, because it's offset 2 inches from the walls, represents the face of the crown molding. And in some previous videos I've done showed how to use the follow me tool to make crown molding, so I'm just going to go through these steps quickly here and create a drawing plane for this crown molding by going 2 inches, and let's make it go down 2.5 and then back over. So now I've got this little plane that represents the crown molding with a 2-inch offset or projection. But I'll just create a quick crown molding here, kind of a standard profile. I'm going to go over out 1/4 and up 3/4, and then we'll just take the arc tool. Just going to draw a little radius in here. That should do. I'll just draw another little 1/4 inch line. Take the arc tool again. And if it was important to your drawing or to your model, you can go to any length to make this crown molding just as exact as you want to get. But here again, let's see, I'm going to try to go back a couple of views, see if I can get in there. It's not going where I want it to. Just trying to draw the two curves that make up that crown molding. And once it turns to that green color, you know you got a tangent line. But I got a little sloppy on that, so I'm going to back up and redraw that second line from the end point. There we go. Now we got a tangent, and just for grins we'll put a back line in that crown molding. Now I'll erase some extra geometry here. And there we have a profile for a crown molding, and we're still in group edit mode for this crown molding. So I've selected everything, then by holding the shift key and selecting the crown profile, I get the path for the follow me. Take the follow me tool and give it this profile, and presto, we have all the crown molding we need. I'm going to reverse the faces on that. And so now we have a piece of crown molding that fits that room exactly, and we didn't have to fight going around the room at all. And we also have, if I can zoom in here, also have the crown molding returns on the ends all nicely mitered and fitted. So with that created, I'm just going to select that group and move it over 300 inches, which was our magic number. And now when we go back inside the room, we have a crown molding that fits perfectly. Inside the room, everything fits everywhere. And if we want to see it in cherry, we just take the material box, grab a little eyedropper, pick up a color from this cabinet and put it on our crown molding. If we wanted to have cocobolo trim, we could do that too. But I think we'll stick with the cherry. So I hope that gives an idea of how these scenarios work. And here again, by not worrying too much about the details, we can get a real good idea in a fairly short order of what the crown molding would look like. And I mentioned in the text that the customer also asked what a mahogany molding would look like. There's some other mahogany trim in the house, and so if we just hide this layer that we just created, and I made a mahogany crown molding using the same process as before, but when I was drawing the line outside, I just followed the walls and eliminated the cabinets. So I used the follow me tool on each of those separate line segments and got a look of what the crown molding would look like if it just ran into the cabinet instead of going over the cabinet. And it's simple to draw the geometry on the ceiling. Just move it out some arbitrary distance, work on it, and then put it back that arbitrary distance, rather than trying to work around your model and pick out lines. Put the lines in here using guidelines and everything takes forever. Another thing I did to cheat here was I just ran this crown molding in to the fascia on this cabinet, or that soffit. You can see how if we go down inside the cabinet here, the crown molding just sticks inside, but that's irrelevant. You get the idea from looking at the outside, and it's not really necessary to go in and trim that geometry. If it was, you could. So I'm going to wrap up this little video here, and I hope that gives you some idea of how an unrefined model can help work through design options.